Hello community, I hope you are doing good. In this discussion, we will see how to implement server-side validation for the form view. And in case you missed previous discussion about how to create records from the portal or from the website to the backend, please check link is given in the description. And in case you want to learn more about Odoo, you can visit the WebLearns channel. Under the playlist, you can see Odoo development playlist available with the different test cases with the different topics. In case you need any support related Odoo, you can visit the about page and send your query to this email address. Source code also available in the GitHub. Make sure you can follow this repository. We also have a different social media pages. Make sure you can follow. So let's back to our main topic, like how you can add server side validation, right? Let's say the last time, like we already generated this menu in the portal side, the controller we created, then after let's say the dynamic value whatsoever we selected here, right? And it will automatically create a new record. Here you can see, right, like this one. And the dynamic data rendering from backend to front end, this part, the combo box, we also discussed. Right now the thing is, let's say if I will try to click to this button, it will throws the exception. Why? Because in the front end side no data already selected, right? So we have to do some validation, and based on that, let's say we are trying to restrict the record creation in the backend side. So the first thing is we are trying to open our wb underscore portal module, and this is the controller we are trying to handle for this record creation and rendering that specific this template. Okay, so here we already saw, like, this is the post method, and once this post method call, after you can see here trying to create a new record, right? So here before that, like, I will try to check whether this name and the school it's already having a data or not, right? So for that, let me add here, and let's say the value would be the blank at the moment. After that, let's say here if kw.get name, and here like we will use here the error list, like if it is not, or let's say the blank, right? So we can use here something like this. Name field is mandatory. For example, let's say if not kw.get, let's say the school. So school field is also mandatory. Now the thing is, we need to display these messages right here in this form controller. So for that, we are trying to use here the bootstrap. So we are using this danger one, right? So we are trying to copy this one, and simple we are trying to apply here. The first one is the danger, and let's say the green one is for the success, so this one. All right, after that, let's say I'm trying to upgrade this module. So I'm trying to upgrade this module from the PyCharm terminal, and if you don't know how to configure, please check editor level playlist, I already explained. And simple, I will try to refresh the screen. So you can see here we have a two let's say the alarm classes, but right now we don't need to visible in the while the refresh the screen, right? So we are trying to invisible, and based on the condition we are trying to add that message. So the first thing is, let me comment this success part, and first we will try to focus on this error message, and let's say if not error list, then we are trying to create a record, or else like we will try to create this vals here, and simple we are trying to pass this vals here again. So here we are trying to pass the error message in the dictionary format, so vals error underscore list, and here let's say error underscore list, something like this, right? And simple here, like let's say tt task for each like error underscore list is available, then t task as error, the specific error message, right? And here instead of this one we are trying to use t task out and the simple error message. All right, so this is the dynamic data, it will automatically render based on the backend whatsoever we are passing the messages. So let me again upgrade the module. Let's say refresh the screen. Right now you can see everything is invisible as per our expectations, and once I will click to this button, now you can see the name field is mandatory, school field is mandatory. So let's say if I will try to use here WebLearns, right, and I'm not selecting here the school, so you can see the school field is mandatory. Let's say the school is already there but I forgot to add the names, right? So you can see here the name field is mandatory. Now let's say if I will try to use something like this, the Nalanda University and WebLearns dash 1, right? And make sure you can see here in the backend side total 14 record is available, right? So I will try to create this record, but you can see here the success message is not available, those error messages also not available, that means it's successfully created, right? And I will refresh the screen, you can see this one, this record is created, the Nalanda University and WebLearns dash 1, right? Now we are trying to implement here the success message in case that record successfully created, and you can see also here in the student profiles this ID is 30 and the WebLearns dash 1 is created, right? So now here we are trying to push the code, let's say success message, or yeah, so let's say successfully student registered, right? And simple like I will try to use here success message, and I will use like this, and this success message we have to use here like t dash if success message is available, right? Then t dash out, and success message we have to display whatsoever content is there, it will automatically display here. So let me upgrade the module, I will refresh the screen, you can see while it's in the read mode, the get mode, it will automatically display only the name and the school, not the all the messages, I mean the error and the success message won't be displayed. Okay, so here let's say I will try to click to this button, and you can see here the error message is displayed. So let's say if I will refresh the screen, you can see here it's pop up like again you want to send the previous request. If you will click to the send, it will automatically pass those blank values as previous. Okay, so here again I will go to here, and I will try to use here Yamaha, something like this, and I will try to use like IIT, and once I will click, you can see the successfully student registered. And if you want to see here, you can see total 16 record is created, right? You can see here Yamaha IIT, right? So let's say again we are trying to do some basic stuff. Let's say here I will try to use some random, or let's say data, and I will use like Vivekanand school, right? And if I try to click, you can see successfully registered. And I will do one more thing. So sometimes what happen, like there are many smart guys, so what they are doing is they are changing the values actually, right? This school XML4, right? So this is the school XML4 and this is the value we are passing, right? In our previous session we already saw like what data we are passing in the backend side. So here I'm trying to pass here, let's say school XML4, correct? And once I will click here, you can see, oh, the name field is mandatory. So let's say ABC, and I will use like school XML4. Now let's say if I will try to click this button, it will throws the exception. So let me close this console, and now you can see why. Because what we done is here, let's say these two messages, these two validations we already checked here, right? School and the name. Now the thing is, in the school profile we are trying to get the integer value but in the string format. So we are trying to concatenate with the typecast that string to integer, right? And here it will throws the exception, like it's always found that string and string nor can't be converted into integer, and due to that it throws the exception. So here we have to also do one more thing. If not kw.get, let's say school is digit, so invalid school field, so something like this. So let's say here in this case, if it will return school as a non-integer, right? So it will throws this exception, like it will display in the front end side like this. So let me restart the service, and here let's say I will try to go here in the home page, and let's say Bahubali IIT, but here this IIT I will try to pass here again the wrong value to the backend. So here I will try to use IIT, let's say the same format, and once I will submit the request, you can see invalid school field, right? Now again there are many other smart guys are there. So what they are doing is like they are using like this, like let's say the student name is anything, inspect, and here they are passing here the wrong integer value which is also not available in the database, right? And now you can see like the operation cannot be completed, another model requires the record being deleted, if possible archive it. And here it says like it's clearly mentioned here the specific model, whatsoever model we are dealing in the backend side, right? And you can see here the trace back, and you can see the school ID we are trying to store this 933333, and this ID is not available in this database, in this table, right? So for that, like what we have to do is, for example, let's say if request dot env school dot profile search id equal to integer like this, kw.get, and here we can pass school, right? And here, like, let's say invalid school field selected value, and here simple I will use the not means the blank, right? And I will restart the service one more time and regenerate this request. Now you can see invalid school field selected value. Okay, so why I'm giving you this demo, actually you don't need to worry about the basic validations here, but let's say whenever you are trying to work with the many to one or one to many or many to many field, I mean the relational fields, right? During that time you have to make sure like id would be match, or let's say in case you are dealing with the ids like I'm doing here, the data, in case some users are very smart to generate, like they're just trying to test this validations and all, right? So here you can just make sure you have like some strong validations like this before you are trying to create the record. Okay, so like this way you can implement these server side validations. So let's do the same thing in the front end side. All right, in the front end side means in the JavaScript side, or first we are trying to implement some validations in the client side, this form view level, and then after we are trying to implement the same validations in the JS side also. Okay, if you have any doubt related this topic, please comment below and see you in our next session.